Hey friends, it's the Ebony Otaku's hands, the well-rounded nerd. It's printer maintenance time. You might be able to hear some whirring behind me. That is my Bambu A1 Mini. I'm printing out stuff for the NashCon that I plan to give away. If y'all get me to 7,500 subscribers by August 15th, how many times do I have to say it? I really want to give it away. Um, and this is my Bambu A1. And this is the one that I had a big blob appear right here on the nozzle one day, and it failed. And I actually basically everything here I had to rebuild, like replace every single part, and I did it. The only thing I did was wrong was there was an anode in the back that I put on backwards, and it blew the circuit when I turned it on. But now that I know that, if this ever happens again, I can fix it. What I'm doing right now is I need to do a nozzle replacement. Um, I and when I say nozzle, let me grab my little work kit. So in all of your printers, there's going to be a metal nozzle at the tip. Is this? Nope, that's not a nozzle. It's on the other side, other end. Doo-doo. While I'm here, I should probably get my tools out that I will probably need. Shut. This is my little 3D printer kit. I got this at the Dollar Tree for like, or is it called Dollar More now? Because everything's not a dollar anymore. A dollar or more for like a buck 25, and it holds all my 3D printer stuff. Where are my new needles? Oil. I thought I had another nozzle. I actually don't think there's something wrong with the nozzle, but I think the issue is. Actually, let me put this back before I start digging for nozzles. Because what I think the issue actually is that the rubber cap on this nozzle is in the wrong spot. Because every time I print, it'll start and then it'll start getting stringy like this. And I sat here and watched it, and it looked like it was getting stuck here on the rubber. And the reason I'm making a video about this is because I believe in real-time hobbying and showing people what it really takes to do hobbies. Like sometimes it's work. Like 3D printing is fun. You can print all kinds of stuff with 3D printers. It's a good time. But that's a test print. But with that comes maintenance. So there are these little rubber caps that go over the nozzle. I'm actually going to put a brand new one on. And now I'm trying to think. Oh, I know where I put all of my other um, brand new nozzles. I actually don't need a new extruding nozzle on this. I think it's this thing. It's just not fitting right for some reason. I've moved this printer a couple of times in this room. But when it comes to doing hobbies like this, I like showing myself doing them because I understand that this can be an intimidating hobby to pick up. It's very mechanical. Right here, this is my AMS. You like these little caps? My husband's childhood best friend printed these, and they were for his AMS, but they didn't print, but they're mine now. And this will hold up to 4 different spools in different colors, which I'm going to use this, make use of that this Christmas when I'm printing some gifts. But I like to show the process of working on this stuff because let me, when I tell you that I'm not mechanical, I'm not. She is a literature girly. She is an arts girly. I'm a corporate trainer. So if I can do this stuff, you can do it. But look, this is what was happening. Look at that. Look at that mess. So it happened on this one. It got so close to the end, and I was literally sitting here watching it, and it did that. So I feel like I can't leave this printer alone for 5 minutes, but when y'all watch me do this stuff, that means you can do it too. So what I've got to do first is pop off the cap, so I can get to this. And I don't believe I have to unscrew it. This is the most unflattering position, but y'all can see the printer clearly. By the way, give me some feedback on my camera angles lately. I feel like I've done a whole lot better at getting angles where you can see what I'm doing, like especially when it comes to painting and stuff. Move this forward just a little bit. This is my trash box. Whenever you print, it's going to spit out bits. There we go. Get this a little closer. There we go. I can work better. But yeah, let me know if these new camera angles are doing it for you. Because I feel like I'm doing so much better. I'm a better creator. There we go. Got it. So right here, this is the cover that's on here right now. And what that does is it protects, this is going to get super hot to melt this stuff. That's PLA plastic. Oh, I was right. Look at that. burned through. I, yeah, I was wrong. Was not right. Look, that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what it looks like. This is burned all the way through. No wonder it was. So what was happening is when it was printing, I'm so glad I troubleshot correctly. Ugh. Do y'all hear the happiness in my voice? So what was happening is it would print, and as this is melting, this gets hot, this gets hot. This heats up and cools down throughout the process. And what it does is it's printing a layer and then a layer and then a layer and then a layer. It goes up and up and up. And it's getting hot and cold, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. Oh my goodness, a piece of this is stuck back here. No wonder. I was about to have another bunch of failures. I need to take the whole needle out. Um, so what was happening and where you saw that stringiness on this last one I tried to do, it went down to print and then it got to this part and pulled back up and all this came out. And I was like, oh God, what's happened? So I realized it's got to be a nozzle issue, but I have done a lot of maintenance on this guy. He's got new just about everything. And yeah, there's a piece of rubber from that thing stuck back here. Look at that. It was stuck all the way back here. So this wasn't, that just snapped into place. That wasn't even in the right place. Wow. So no wonder it was printing odd. And I have not left this printer alone to print because I did have that big failure with it last year. And it took me months to get it back online. But if you will be patient with yourself, read the manuals, go slow, you can find out how to fix things. So the heat cover had gotten caught. And so every time this dipped down, it was sticking to that hot plastic and pulling it back up. So now I know what the problem was. I thought I'd done most things correctly. But what we're going to do now is put the new cover on. I thought I was going to have to use the tools, but I'm not. I'm going to put a new cover on that I set somewhere, and I've already lost it. That's the old cover. That's going to go in file 13. File 13 is what my dad always called trash, and now that I am good and grown, I also call trash file 13. You can never outgrow your childhood. Where did I put the new one? I just had it. I was talking and lost it. That's my phone. We don't care about that. I'm going to put the new cap on. Where's the new one? I had them. Set it down. What have I done? Y'all, this is the problem with talking and doing stuff at the same time. I'm printing, this is cool, printing stuff for Adepticon. I keep saying Adepticon, NashCon. This is part of the scenery kit I'm going to give away. I'm painting scenery right now that I'm going to paint the planes, and that's almost done. I really hope I get to give it away and that whoever wins it claims the prize. What did I do with it? I just had it in my hand. I'm sure somebody on this camera, y'all saw where I put it, but I have dropped it. Good thing I have more than one. I bet when I stand up I'll see it, but that's okay. It's a good thing there is another. So we're going to replace this heat cap and put it in the right place, and I bet it prints correctly. I have washed the plate. Over time, the plate sometimes can lose a bit of its adhesion stickiness. So I've washed this plate. I've greased it underneath here where it slides back and forth. That has to be greased every once in a while. I have done everything you can think of. And I was just like, why is it not working? The reason I decided to film this is just another case of, hey, we're learning how to do these hobbies. And it's good to see people do the hobby who may not be perfect at it yet. Because it takes a long time to learn how to do some of this stuff. And having the confidence to work on this printer has been so good for me. When I was going through the process and frustration of rebuilding this whole, when I tell you every part here has been replaced, I am not kidding. I've replaced every single part. Ordering one at a time, like, oh, I need this, oh, I need that. And thank you, Bambu, for having everything that I needed and good instructions on your website. But it was frustrating. And there was a point where I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. But my husband, and he's an electrical engineer. It's what he does. He was so good. And, he didn't like try to jump in and do it for me. He would ask me if I wanted help, but I told him, I was like, let me figure it out, let me figure it out. And I kind of put it to the side for a while. And that's when I bought the A1 Mini because I was so frustrated with the A1 that I bought another printer. Oh, what does that say about me? Let's turn it on. Um, so I bought that other printer to see. Oh, here it is. I laid it back here, so I'm gonna put it back in the box. Um, so I bought another printer, which I don't regret. I love the Mini. It came with a much smaller nozzle, and that nozzle is what's making these prints do so well. Like it's great. I love appliances that sing, but I appreciate that he didn't try to force his way in to help. He was there to help me if I needed it. He did help me in the end because when I had somebody fix that last issue, he went and picked it up for me. So he was super helpful. So it feels good. So if you're intimidated by the process of 3D printing, whether it's using a resin printer or, going with this style of printer, which, this it out of the box it's worked really well, but when I had that issue, and I think it was a temperature issue from where it was sitting, we now have them in a room that's dedicated to gaming and printing, and it's in the house, so climate control and all that, we shouldn't have that issue again. um but if somebody like me can learn how to use this, you can learn how to use it too. So I'm going to go look for the test print file, and I'm going to see if it will do well. And we're going to watch it here. Speedboat. Let me make sure I get the... Oop, wrong one. There are multiple versions of this in my cloud, so I have to make sure I get the right one. Yep, this is the one. Next, it's going to print it in pink. So let me pick my PLA. Pink. Print. I'm going to put my little... Oh, this is not exactly back where it goes. Now it is. Don't you love appliances that sing? So I'm going to put my little trash bucket back where it goes. This is collecting pieces that get thrown off in the process. I kind of need to take my little screwdriver back, though. That's not trash. What a difference. Let's see if this helps. So this says it's a 21-minute job. When you're doing 3D prints, that doesn't necessarily mean the printing of the model. That time includes what you're seeing right here. It's doing what's called bed leveling and preparing. It's making sure the spool is loaded correctly through all of this craziness. It is making sure that with whatever vibration of where it's sitting, it's going to do a vibration check, that it can keep the levels going. And it's also making sure that it can extrude properly, that this can heat up properly. It's a lot. And then you're going to see the actual printer start moving back and forth, the printer bed moving a bit as it calibrates. So right now it's heated up to 225 degrees C. That is what the nozzle is, and that's enough to melt the filament. The bed is at 51C right now, so it's extruding plastic right now. Actually, I think I can take my camera off and bring it closer. So, see that? Filament is extruding. It's heating it up, making sure that the filament will come out correctly. I know we're doing show and tell today. I'm kind of loving. So there, that got rid of the old stuff. So there's a little bit more dripping out here. It got super hot. We're following. Chase cam. Chase cam. So let's see if it cleans off the needle completely. So all those sensors in there can tell that, here we go, a little bit lower, can tell what's happening. Whoop. There we go. All right, so it's extruding a little bit more. Even with the PLA does not produce the kind of fumes that the resin printing does, but there is still it's still heated plastic. That's why we have a dedicated space for this that's well ventilated. We don't sleep in this room. There is a guest bed in here, but if guests are in here, we don't print. So think about stuff like that. So it's extruding as much old stuff that's just in the nozzle right now as it can. And there, it flicked it out. And that's why you got to have a tray there to catch all the stuff. All the bits get flicked in here. So since there's more in there, so it's extruding it as well. And I'm literally just watching this do its do its thing to make sure it's going to print correctly. I usually would walk away at this point. Like my Bambu Mini has been printing so well that I literally just walk away from it. Like, let's take a trip over to the Bambu Mini. So you see that? It is doing its thing. It is printing another piece of scenery for NashCon. Ooh, I said NashCon that time instead of Adepticon. I'm so proud of myself. But this is from the same scenery um, producer whose name I have forgotten, but I need to post a link to them. But see how beautifully smooth that is? It's just one layer at a time, not having any kind of issue. So now my bed is leveling on the other printer, so let's go back over there. I put my finger over that on purpose because y'all don't need to see the whole inside of my house. So here we go. This is not abnormal. There's a little bit of extra filament oozing out. Is it going to get rid of it? Should. Yep, it did. Okay, it knew it was there, so that's good. It hit me. All right. So now it's doing tool head cleaning. So now that it's done all that, it doesn't need extra drippage. The nozzle has gone from 220C, 225C down to 199. So now that little brush pad back there cleans off the head to make sure it's ready to print. And now we're going to see if it'll print correctly. Now, I'm taking a risk here because this may do great. I may be about to be embarrassed. We're going to find out in a second. And it does move back and forth. So this top arm is going to go this way and the bed moves. That's how it gets the print, and it prints in layers. So as long as you have enough filament spool for what you're doing, you can put as much will fit on the plate and it'll just build it up. Sometimes overcrowding your plate's not recommended. It's not recommended to overcrowd a plate ever because you'll get an error message. But when there's too much on the plate, sometimes it'll take so long to print that, you know, the filament gets tired of waiting. All right. So now it's bed leveling. It's going to touch the bed so it knows with vibration exactly where to drop the filament. I don't know if anybody's finding this interesting, but I do. Doing it. It's measuring. That's my dog. He's going to make an appearance in every video. It's what he does. If anybody goes for that door, he's going to make a sound. Charles. Come here, baby. Come here, Charlie. Charles Xavier Wu. Come here. Thank you. Thank you for telling Mommy people are here. Good boy. So it's going to do the entire length of the bed. I think a package just got delivered. Vitamin E oil for my knee. Charles. Come here, baby. Thank you. That's good Charlies. Are you good Charlies? Yes, you are. Yeah, with the knee surgery, there is, you know, a scar, a big old cut up my knee, and they told me to put vitamin E oil on it several times a day, so I ordered a big thing of it. I found a small thing at the store. Why are there only like eyedropper amounts at the store? I need a big old thing of it. So it's the print time was 21 minutes, like I said before, but now look at this. It says 16 minutes remaining. Part of that 21 minutes is all of this, is it going to work stuff. I don't think a lot of people, I don't think they tell you that. You got to kind of figure it out. So it's on purpose extruding a little bit. So now it started printing. So this is where I'm going to find out if it works. Look at how fascinatingly cool that is. Watch it fill. So it's printing in layers. This boat is 192 layers. It's on the second layer. So as it continues to print, it will fill and fill and fill and fill and fill. And if I don't get a perfect test print, I will not try to print anything else with this. That's what this little boat is called, a benchy, in the Bambu lab, and it's a benchmark basically. And I think it's the kind of boat it is too. It's a benchy, but it's a benchmark test to see if it's going to print correctly. Right now, it looks like it's doing good. There's 15 minutes left on this print. And what I'm going to do is be silent and let this record. And I think what I'll do is time lapse this portion of the video when I go into editing. I think that'll be kind of cool for y'all to see. So let's just watch it print. It looks like I fixed my printer. I'm glad it was a simple fix this time and not another catastrophic failure. Those of you who do 3D printing, you know the pain. And it can be a pain. I'm still not going to start a print not watching it though because this is the first one I've done with this guy in a couple of months now. I love appliances, it's saying. But that came out pretty good. Perfect little print. It's pretty smooth. Like this, I think I put a O4. This has an O4 nozzle in it right now. I think because it's pretty. It might be an O6, but it's printing pretty smooth for PLA. When you put paint on this, you'll definitely be able to see the ribbing. A lot of people will go in if this was going to be something for somebody and sand it down and stuff. Just depends. It's all down to a matter of preference. Um, it printed a negative space region, which is interesting because typically with negative space, you have to put supports in the app that will support this so that, it doesn't collapse. So those are a little wonky. But overall, I'm happy. I'm going to try to print something a little more complicated this evening. But we'll see. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was a little bit different for me. I'm trying some new things with my filming, but I hope you enjoyed this time with me and my 3D printers. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next one.